Hello and welcome back to Regiments, and today we are going to continue Operation Black Horse Made Dash. In the last episode we finished the third stage of this operation and now we are getting into the final stage. For that we have 508 points to prepare, so let's start by calling in the Helicopter Task Force Sundance. After that I want to get some more deployment points and I want to get all of our units restored to their former strength. And the remaining points I'm once more going to put into deployment points. And after that into some tactical aid. This leaves us with 64 points to spend. And I think we're going to save them up for the next phase of the operation. And when we take a look into the operations log, we have two new informations. Joint forces. Sometimes there's no substitute for decisive battle. 3rd Armored Division elements and FRD troops are converging on this position, just as the bulk of the Soviets, Kantemirovskaya 4th Guard Tank Division. The enemy is committing their best, proof it's not enough. And Firestorm. Wide use of incendiary bombs caused the forest fires in the region to spread out of control. Keep an eye out for the fires in the combat area. A lot of supply routes are threatened too. You'll have to operate at the limits of our logistical reach. Expect difficulties with ammo and reinforcements. Okay then, finally we have to pick an event. For the beginning I'm going to choose the uneventful event card, and after that we will have to unfortunately deal with an enemy battle group. The battle is about to begin, so let's have a quick look over the field. At the moment the majority of the ground is under enemy control, and we are tasked to take the positions all the way over here, and one last position on this right side of the battlefield, establishing a line roughly looking like this. To achieve that goal, we have called in a smaller section of our force over here with some scouts, a unit of tanks, 2 infantry units and one of our Chaparral anti-air systems. These units are going to be tasked to flank the enemy on the left and take out Facility A. Most likely they're going to take out the forces at Hill 115 before that. On the right side, the main bulk of our forces are going to be committed to the battle. We have 2 units of scouts, 2 units of tanks, our assault engineers, our PVATS anti-air system, we have supplies and we have mortars. And the idea would be to take out the forces at the warehouse, giving us access to this hill, and also the forces at the grove. After that, ideally we would roll up the enemy line and get to this objective, but it is also quite possible that we first have to breach other lines to get through those defensive positions over here. We will definitely have to take Hill 133 to make sure that our forces can be reconnected. How far we are going to get, we will find out very soon, as the battle is now about to begin. Our soldiers are moving out, we have spotted our first targets, so let's hope our units are able to engage and annihilate them quite quickly. We have entrenched infantry over there. We have more soldiers over here that we are able to spot. Smoke is being deployed, not by us, by our allied units, and we have some artillery that is coming in from over there. Let's get our scouts to withdraw slightly, to make sure that we avoid some unnecessary casualties. Our assault engineers have to deploy. We are going to light up these positions with smoke, and we will have to begin to push. Or better, let's get the assault engineers to sit up for the moment. Mortars, I need them over here. And we need to spread our units out so that we can start with the actual attack. Mortar fire I want on these positions. Assault engineers, get up here. These guys, get up here. How is the situation over here looking? We are in contact with the enemy. Let's get our infanterists and our tanks to move forward. The enemy has strongly defended positions. We will have to choose through them one way or another. Assault engineers, now set up. And continue with the push. Tank, get up these hills. Mortar fire is coming in. We are getting contested from the other side of the field. Let's get the assault engineers to push forward. We have infantry in the area. These groups of vehicles have been pushed back. Tanks, fall back. I do not want to lose you to those infantry's. And now let's make sure that our assault engineers chew through those infantry's. Mortar fire. I want to focus over here. I hear aircraft coming in. I cannot tell from where they were. Apparently from the enemy, but they were destroyed. Let's get up here. We have some Allied tanks pushing forward. Wonderful. There are 2 T-72s. These tanks are still looking relatively okay. We have lost 2 of our scouts over here. Let's get them out. Let's make sure we push up with our mortars and our supplies. Because we will have to repair quickly before we can take on the next enemy positions. Come on, boys. Wonderful. I want these tanks to give fire support for our approaching Allied units, while these tanks are going to push over here to give fire support on those infantries. More enemy units have been destroyed. We have lost a tank, however. Let's get the airborne unit into the cover of the forest. And it looks like the firestorms are getting stronger. We can use our cluster ammunition over here. And we will have to get our infantry to set up. Enemy anti-air systems are otherwise going to completely chew through us. Supplies. Get up here. Anti-air systems can hold back for the minute. We are capturing one of our combat zones. Let's get some fresh infantry in. Yeah, we are getting through the enemy. Infantry can mount up. Or better, dismount. That's what I wanted to say. Tanks can get over here. We have more enemy forces in this area. Nope. Let's get back. We have N-10 gunships. Let's call them in. They should hopefully clear the field for us while we retreat into the forest. And I believe we might have to call all of these units out for them to get replenished. We are making progress over here though. These boys are getting repaired. We are getting hit by artillery. We have infantry ready to approach. Scouts get up over here. Yeah, let's quickly call these guys out. They need to get repaired. Soon we will have more forces ready. Can we get these scouts forward? More allied forces are pushing up. These men need to dismount. These tanks can push up over here. They should be able to fire from this direction. And we have tanks over here that we might be able to engage if our tanks move forward into this direction. These infantry at Hill 133 should not be our major concern. Infantry was able to annihilate the forces over here. Let's quickly mount them up and push forward. Grove should only have some artillery systems left. Let's get these tanks into the area of our supplies. And now push up with some tank hunters on the left side of the battlefield. We can get our support, our scoutings over here so that we can get a good line of sight for our tanks. These men need to dismount. The enemy has more forces than expected. Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Yeah, better get out completely. A-10s are coming in. I am now going to shift my attention completely onto the right side of the field. We have some scouts and tank hunters over here that are hopefully able to give some support for our allied units. Let's get these scouts back. They have lost a unit. Our tanks should be able to give some massive support over here. These guys can mount up for the moment to keep them safe from enemy artillery. Airborne and infantry are there. I do not think it's wise to push forward over on this side. They are most likely very well defended over there. Let's get our tank hunters forward. Let's get our scouts forward so that we can figure out what the enemy has and hopefully snipe them. We have lost something. but I can't really tell what. Oh yeah, we have lost our scouts. Damn it. We have some T-80s in our direct proximity. And we're going to use some smoke to give our airborne units the time that they need to get in. Let's also call up some fresh tanks. And once we have the points available, we are going to use our helicopters. Our tank hunters are able to engage those infanterists. Now, infantry, dismount, push up. We should hopefully be able to give some cover fire over here. We have enemy artillery still firing in this direction. Let's get in here. I'm calling up A-10 gunships. They should arrive as soon as we have contact with the enemy, as soon as we can spot them. And with that we should be able to annihilate the last pockets of resistance over here. The problem are entrenched units over on this section that are flanking us. Yeah, it looks like my assumption failed. We were not able to directly spot the enemy as we approached. These tanks need to get back, they need to get repaired. Over here we need to push forward. These units I want to push back a little bit. Tank hunters should hopefully still be able to engage, but these are infanterists, they can't really do much about that. Can we get these scouts carefully, without opening fire, into the opening of Hill 115, without them getting annihilated? That would be a massive help for us. These tanks can push. We now have enemy helicopters in the area. We need to get our anti-air systems forward. We need to get our mortars, well, let's better withdraw our mortars, so that we can get some fresh stuff on the field. We have aircraft coming in. I do not think that we can give these guys what they need. Let's get everyone forward. Yeah, it looks like we were able to get most of our guys outside of the napalm damage. Let's just make sure we are not getting torn to bits. We are smoking up this area so that we are relatively protected. Anti-air systems are not yet ready to engage. They should be shortly. We are able to at least panic these guys. We can call up some fresh Abrams. Bradleys over there, let's get them up. How's the situation over here looking?
Captured.
It looks like the idea worked. We were able to engage the enemy without exposing ourselves. Let's get these scouts back. These anti-air systems can push up. And we are currently kind of stuck. Can we get these tanks forward to engage the enemy defensive line on the next ridge? That would be a big help. We are pulling back over there. I'm calling up some new guns. Scouts now have to move forward again. Our tank hunters need to get up here. Then we should be able to contest the forces in this section. We have another strong enemy push over here, and it looks like we are only able to make some progress thanks to our allied units. Let's get up here. Oh no, you're not supposed to push up this far. Oh no, 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 no. You were supposed to engage the enemy from over here. You should be able to see them. Well, we have to push anyway, so let's make sure that we do. Let's get these tanks forward so that we can actually engage. Over here our relatively fresh infantry and our airborne units have to take out the enemy cluster that is hiding over there. And now it is time to push and push and push. We have enemy fire coming in from over here. We're going to smoke up this position so that we can get rid of some flanking fires. Yeah, we are doing some good damage on those units. At least giving some support to our allies.
Zone captured.
Yeah, this is one unit destroyed. We were able to annihilate those forces. Let's get the guys up over here so that we can get closer to Hosselgrau. We will also get some tanks over. Over here we have to get into Georgenthal. Let's get our guys over here mounted up. We need desperate support. Airborne, get out. You are far too lightly armored for this. Let's get these guys to get some ammunition. These guys need to get into reverse. We are getting our tanks up to support. Well, we did at least a little bit of damage. We are able to stop these guys. That is at least something. Over here we are making some good ground. And for the moment... we cannot directly engage them. Can we get our tank hunters over here? Let's hope they can give some support there. These guys, I want to get them out. We will have to fully commit to one side of the battle first. Let's get these guys out as well. They're almost out anyway. Assault engineers also get back.
Zone captured.
And we can get our mortars back on the battlefield. We have to get our anti-air systems over. We already took massive amounts of casualties, but we are now finally at Georgenthal. Our tanks are engaging on this side infantry, and on this side I cannot see what, but they're engaging and this must be good. Let's call up our A-10s once more to support our allied units. Over here our tank hunters can push forward slightly. It looks like they were able to help. Over here we have allied units coming in. Let's just hope we can spot the enemy again. So that all of this was not for nothing. Let's get our tanks to be dispersed. Where are our fresh forces? We can get some attack helicopters forward. These airborne units are effectively out of the fight. We can get some fresh infantry forward. Supplies need to get out. And I think now we have to push up again. Mortars are about to set up. They are going to give us support. These tanks need to fall back. They are taking massive amounts of casualties. Let's get them out. Okay, these tank hunters, I want them to get out as well. We can get some scouts forward. We have to see what the enemy has.
What's next? Copy.
And ideally we are able to hold this line that has been established over here while we are taking out these two positions in the last 7 minutes. This should be our primary objective now. Everyone, set up. We have eyes on the enemy. We're going to smoke up the target. Mortar fire is coming in. And we're going to push in with our assault engineers and our infantry to break through. Infantry, get up. And it looks like we might have been able to annihilate most of the enemy forces, at least at Hussergau West outskirts, before we even reach them. Something that I'm definitely not going to complain about. We have infantry over there. Tanks move back. More infantry. A-10 gunships, come in. These guys need to fall back. We are getting anti-air fire. We are making progress. And we can get some fresh supplies up. These aircraft need to get further to the rear. They have been hit.
Zone captured.
Orders. Got it.
Yeah, we have even more infantry. We have some tank hunters over there. Let's get our tanks into reverse. We do not want to have unnecessary casualties. We can get our helicopters back up. Well, looks like we have found an enemy counterattack. These infantries need to hang back. Our assault engineers are very slow. I need them forward.
Zone captured.
Let's smoke up the positions again to make sure that we can limit some of our casualties.
Solid copy.
But for the moment we are making some good ground. Let's get the helicopters over here. Supplies are coming in. Mortar fire is going to help.
What's next?
Our tanks are unable to see those units, unfortunately. The rest of the front line seems to hold. We once more can call in our gunships. I think we should be able to maintain eyes on these guys. And we can get some tank hunters over here, some scouts. And with that we should be able to prepare for the next phase of the fight. These tanks I want to get out. Yeah, we did some good hits over there. Can we get our tanks into the outskirts of
5 minutes
Georgenthal West? Maybe we're able to give supporting fire on the forest.
Ready.
These infantry need to get out. They're all but spent. Helicopters might be able to engage without taking casualties. And yeah, it looks like our tanks are able to engage, but they're also taking fire. Let's call them back. We need to avoid casualties. These guys have been annihilated. Helicopters push forward on the infantry. Use your board cannon. Be careful, I do not want to get you into... Yep. These guys are done for. Let's get them forward a little bit. Our tanks can get forward a little bit over here. Maybe we are even
Zone
able to
captured.
take out these units.
1,000.
More enemy units destroyed. Can we quickly push up with our scout units? Get the tank hunters over here. Let's get these units over here. We have 3 minutes left. If we are able to do even more damage, I will certainly not complain. Oh yeah, these helicopters have been hit. They need to get out. More enemy units have been forced to withdraw. We have more enemy units coming in over there. I'm once more going to call in our A-10s. Because we have enemy tanks approaching our positions and we have nothing really to counter them. We still have enemy infantry over here that we are still unable to spot and unable to engage. We know that they're there, but we can't really do anything about it. Yep, these were some good hits. We can get our guys over here. Fresh infantry and tanks are rolling up. Our supplies need to be distributed over here. I want to get these tanks out. But I doubt that we can do that in this turn. I want our anti-air system to get up over here so that we have a bigger reach. Forest is in the progress of being captured. We have cut out Georgenthal East and Georgenthal itself. And it looks like we might even be able to blitz through some more enemy positions. We have enemy anti-air, or well, enemy helicopters in the area. Let's get our anti-air system forward. Let's get these units to dismount. Push up. These tanks maybe can sneak into the outskirts of Georgenthal.
Zone captured.
Capturing another point that we definitely have to take. These infantry need to get over there. Assault engineers over there. Scouts need to move. We are hitting those guys. Soon our anti-air system is in place. Our tanks and tank hunters should be able to engage the infantry that is approaching over there. If not yet directly, then they're able to do that within very short time. More A-10s are going to push in over here. We have an enemy anti-air system. Should have waited.
Zone captured.
Yep, infantry destroyed. Let's get our scouts up so that we hopefully can spot the enemy. Maybe the anti-air is... Anti-air was not distracted. We were not able to destroy the enemy. Not that it would matter anymore. The fight is about over. We have some more T-72s that are pushing into the area. I am not willing to engage any more of our forces. I doubt that we are able to break through in this short time, but I want to get fresh infantry over there to support our guys. These supplies need to be delivered to our main fighting forces.
What's next? We're in sector.
I want infantry over there. Heavy artillery is in this section. Our tanks need to push up so that we can get rid of those anti-air systems. I would love to call in our A-10s. Sorry. But we can't really do that now anymore. It is too much time down. Well, I think I can justify it over there. And maybe we can even push in. We have destroyed these units over there. We have more enemy helicopters in this section. Let's get our anti-air system forward. I doubt that we are able to capture this point, but I want to try. We have enemy forces in the forest. Most likely some entrenched infantry. Maybe some motorized infantry. Scouts over here, please. These units can deploy once they've reached their target. These units can deploy. And it looks like we're able to take Georgenthal East. We only have 19 seconds left, but the progress bar is looking very good. Let's get the guys forward. Infantry is about to find out what the enemy has over there. Hopefully we can overrun them. It looks like we have gotten some extra seconds. Tanks pull back. You have been badly hit. Our infantry should be able to handle it. Yeah, that is a group of enemy infantrysts slaughtered. We have taken massive amounts of ground. We just need one more objective that we are also in the prospect of taking.
Zone captured.
This has been a resounding success. Also, these aircrafts are getting hit extremely hard. We now get some additional seconds. Let's use it to get some scouts closer to the field. And yeah, I think this might have been it. And with that, this phase has come to a close. We have suffered 59 soldiers killed, 167 men wounded and 11 men missing, meaning that we have total casualties of 237. We have also lost 25 vehicles, 1 helicopter and 3 aircraft. On the enemy side, they had 355 men killed, 1015 men wounded and 57 soldiers missing, meaning that they have total casualties of 1427. They have also lost 170 vehicles, 4 helicopters and 2 aircraft. We have once more engaged a massive amounts of units, and also our allied units were very successful in annihilating the enemy. But we have of course also lost a couple of our own units. But I think our own casualties weren't that bad. Of course our airborne units have suffered the worst as usual. And with that, we have 269 points of operational authority to get our units back into shape. We now need to hold the ground that we've taken for the next 2 phases, or we need to capture the last remaining points on the field to end this operation with a victory. But we are going to see how far we can get in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.